Good morning, y'all. Welcome to Sweet Pea Southern Home. Today we are making the most requested thing that I make for the holidays, my cornbread dressing. So we don't do stuffing here. This recipe is in some form or another has been around in my family since my great-grandmother. So I don't have a written recipe for it. I just kind of remember watching them cook it. I remember watching my great-grandmother cook it, and then my grandmother passed away when I was really young, but she was a big cook. But I would go stay with my great aunt, her sister, and always my job was to help her crumble up the cornbread, which I'm going to show you. So and for me, I have to make it in this pot. I don't know why. Do y'all do stuff like that? Like special recipes have to be made in a certain pot. And theirs was always cooked in a huge Nesco roaster oven. But anyway, I made this cornbread Friday. I like to make it a few days ahead of time to let it dry out some. Just make whatever kind of cornbread. I'm sorry first of all, I'm sorry I don't have amounts to give you. This is kind of one of those things that I am not capable of making a small amount of it. In fact, this year I think I made too much cornbread, so I pulled some out, and I'm gonna make a smaller pan and freeze it for Christmas. But so make your cornbread a few days ahead of time, whatever kind you like. You can make it from scratch, or you can use box mix. You can use sweet kind or not sweet kind. It's all up to you. Just make some cornbread, and I'll leave it out, like I said, for a few days. And then I don't know why that this is so important, but it is. Can't skip this part. You need a bag of Pepperidge Farm herb season stuffing mix, classic stuffing. And I just toss it around in there, just one bag for that big container. So the reason I have you over here is because I'm about to start the liquids and what I have going on. So I'm using my chicken stock, and I thought I would show you real quick. This is some stock from 23 from a year ago, and this was chicken stock. Sorry, I've got it right in front of my face. This was chicken stock made with vegetables too, just random vegetable peelings, onions. That's really why it's this color, is from the onions. But anything that I had, if I was cutting up celery for something, I would put, the dry ends in a bag in my freezer, and I had used that to make this. And then this is some I made this year, and it is just chicken, so you can really tell the difference. But I'm going to empty this into this big stock pot. This will not hold enough liquid for everything that I'm going to need, but that's okay. All of it doesn't have to go in there hot. So I'm going to... I feel like maybe I should have made notes before. This is just how I work. I normally only make this for Thanksgiving. A lot of times for Christmas, we don't eat like traditional Thanksgiving food. We eat gumbo or something like that. So, and in years past, sometimes I don't even use chicken stock. I just use the bouillon cubes. That part's not super necessary. The only thing that I do different here that we didn't do growing up was this cornbread dressing has some boiled eggs in it, chopped up, and also it has chicken. So that is why, if it didn't have the chicken, I could just put the broth and the seasoning straight in and stir it all up. But I need to cook the chicken, so I should have brought it over here. Let me go get it. This is just a pack of boneless, skinless thighs, and they're not even thawed all the way. I forgot to take them out, but it doesn't matter. I just want to cook them till they're tender and they're falling apart. So I'm literally just going to put it in this pan with that chicken stock. Let me wash my hands. Okay, I put the 2 quarts of chicken stock in here and also 2 quarts of water. I just I filled my quart jars up and put those in. And now I'm putting 2 sticks of butter. I also have about 3 big bay leaves in there. And I don't salt my chicken stock when I make it, so I'm going to add some salt and some black pepper. Also, I'm not a fan of poultry seasoning, so I don't use it. I'm just going to use a little bit of Italian seasoning, and I actually have some parsley growing out front that I picked the other day, so I'm going to later on, I'll put some fresh parsley in here. So I'm just going to put some black pepper in. This is just the beginning of seasoning it. So some salt. And about a teaspoon of Italian seasoning. And that's it for, well, it's not it for now, but I'm going to move you and show you what else we have to do. While that's coming up to a boil, I am going to start chopping onions, quite a few of them. And I'm going to put the onions in with the chicken and the chicken broth because I don't like crunchy onions. But they don't have to go in right at the beginning because this whole thing, this usually takes about 3 hours to bake this all the way through because you really can't rush it. If you do, it's going to burn around the edges and it won't be done in the middle, which is another reason why I pulled some out because I feel like I made too much cornbread. But this is what happens when I don't have a written recipe because, it's just by eyeball. And I'd rather have too much than not enough. So I have these, you use whatever onions you want. I just got these from Sam's the other day. And I'm going to be saving the skin and the ends for some onion broth. I wish I already have a gallon of it saved in the freezer. I wish I could remember who I was watching that I saw do this, but I thought it was a good idea, especially with it being soup season. Those are my eggs. My little egg cooker back there. I don't know if you can see it. Okay, I think I put about 9 of those really big onions in there, and my pot is full to the very top, and my eyes are stinging, so I'm done with the onions. The next thing I'm going to do is chop up about 2 bunches of celery. I don't cook the celery ahead of time. I'm just going to put it in with this cornbread and give it a stir, and it'll cook in the oven. But I had a little bit at home, and I bought 4 so I could put some in my freezer while they're on sale. And I'm waiting on another 6 eggs to cook in my little egg cooker, so that's the next step. I use the leaves and everything on the celery. I just cut. This does not have to be real precise. I just cut the tips off, and I'm gonna wash it and then cut it up. believe that is enough celery in here. So I have a bunch and a half in this one and a whole bunch in the other small tray. No, Gus, you can't come up here right now. Now let's bring you over here and I'll show you. The chicken is just simmering. I'm gonna leave it here for a couple of hours, just simmering away. I'm just gonna leave the cornbread sitting out on the counter, and I'm gonna get these eggs peeled and chopped up and put in the refrigerator for later. So for the next step, I'll come back and show you. Okay, we're back to finish this up. I just finished cutting grass. So it's been a couple of hours. I let the chicken cook and just sit here in the water. I have added the chopped up eggs, boiled eggs to my cornbread and cornbread and celery. And now we're gonna get an arm workout. We're gonna start adding this stock. So this is the part that just takes some time to figure out. You want it loose, but not too soupy, because if it's too soupy, then you won't be able to, it will take too long to cook. So I'm gonna start ladling broth in here, and as I do that, these chicken thighs, they were boneless, skinless chicken thighs that I put in, they'll just break apart into the dressing. Gus, I need you to hush. He thinks that I have something to give him. So tell me, while I'm doing this, what is your favorite thing to eat at Thanksgiving? And are there any special recipes that your family has? I haven't made it in years. My mom used to make it, but my nana, my great-grandmother, used to make a fruit salad that was some fresh fruit and some canned fruit, and it was the dressing had mayonnaise in it. I'm not exactly sure how to make it, but it was different. I mean, I loved it as a kid. We haven't made it in years. I don't really know why. We just haven't. And also, do y'all do Black Friday shopping? That'd be a no for me. But I can remember back in the day we did, when my kids were little, and it was craziness. But you couldn't pay me to do it now. I also have some extra chicken broth over here in case I need it. Now I'm making this, today is Monday, the week of Thanksgiving, and this video is going up tomorrow on Tuesday. Normally I would mix it together on Wednesday and get up early and bake it on Thanksgiving Day. I'm mixing it up today though because I wanted to get this recipe out for y'all in case somebody wanted to try to make it. And so I'm not going to be too concerned. I'm going to add all of the liquid that I have now and just let it be. And if I need to add some more before I bake it, I can, because before you put this in the oven, you need to, for this size oval roaster, I probably use 4 eggs, and you just need to beat them and stir them in. And so I won't do that today because it's hot, and I want Denny to be able to taste it and tell me if he thinks it needs anything else. So I'm just going to mix it up how it is today. I'm going to let it cool all the way, and I will add my eggs in, and if I need any more broth, I'll add that in Thursday morning, Thanksgiving morning, right before I put it in the oven. But it's really simple. It's not a lot of ingredients. It's just what I grew up eating. And we love it. All of the kids love it, so I always make extra. And I did take out some of the chicken to put in that other container. So I'm gonna turn you down so you can see how it's looking now when I stir it. It's all combined. I would probably maybe add 1 more cup of liquid to this and call it done. But I'm going to put some in the other container first so I can see if I have enough. And like I said, I'll probably bake this one. I mean, I'll probably put this one in the freezer when it cools off all the way. And when you come across your bay leaves, you can just pick them out. The same thing goes for this one. It's okay if it goes into the freezer a little dry. I'd rather it be a little on the dry side than too wet. Just because it really... it ruins the edges. They get too burned. I like crusty. I like the crust on the top and the edges, but not if it's too burned. So maybe you can see how that chicken is just breaking up as I stir it. I think this amount of liquid will be good for this one. I'm not even going to taste it for salt and pepper right now. I'm just going to cover it with a towel because it seems like every time I open the door lately, flies are coming in. And I see one in here now. So I'm just going to cover it and leave it on the counter till Denny gets home, and we can give it a taste test and see if it needs more salt and pepper or maybe a little more thyme. I did put a little thyme in there, and then the Italian seasoning. That's, besides the bay leaf, that's the only seasonings in here. So I think this one is mixed up really good, and like I said, this one will be going in to the freezer and we'll have it for Christmas. Okay, so I hope that y'all enjoyed this video, and like I said, I would love for you to leave comments and tell me what your favorite thing is to cook, and let me know if you decide to try this in some form or another. I am going to try to take, please sir, sorry, I'm going to try to take some footage of all the food when it's set out for Thanksgiving Day and post that as a short. So I won't be seeing you till after Thanksgiving. I hope y'all all have a blessed Thanksgiving and that you get to spend it with your family and friends. And I will see you next time. Thank y'all. Bye.